one of the main reason that made me think that I should have this call with you is the chance meeting I had with Mr. President yesterday. I went to the villa for something else, and the president cornered me and said, we don't manage to qualify, John. I said, Your Excellency, that's how we're going to keep going until we win the tournament. And he said, tell our players that I wasn't too impressed in their last match. But I know that now that they're off the group stages, I know they're going to impress me more and more. That's what the president told me. And what did I pick out of this? What it means that the president is actually watching your matches. Would you believe this? The president is actually watching the matches that you are playing. And the president is urging you and also showing an understanding of the game, that he knows that there was a lot of cautiousness at the group.
The D-Day is here. Nigeria versus Cameroon. Big match that will be coming up tonight by 9 p.m. Welcome you on the show. Weekend Sports on Trust TV. Adeniyi Ajishafe. Well, we just have to look at stories trending in the world of sports. And we know that our Eagles are battle ready. That's a lovely song sung by Moje there. And also, Eagles are really training ahead of this. They had their last training yesterday over there in Abidjan as they were facing the indomitable Lions of Cameroon today. It's a big match. A lot of Nigerians can't wait to see what will be happening, considering how Eagles play against Guinea-Bissau. And we saw their Minister of Sport Development, Owa Eno, addressing them via Zoom that the president is not too happy with their last match. They need to keep up by actually playing better in the game that they will be playing today. Round of 16, we'll be looking at that on the show. But right now, let's quickly run through some stories. As well, Nigerians will also have the chance to call in by the time we open the phone line for you to what will be the prediction for the score line between Nigeria and Cameroon. But before then, let's run through some stories. Well, for yesterday, Nigeria did well. Another couple of nations taking place in Egypt, or this time around, is in handball. Nigeria handball team, the one they call Golden Arrows, they did well. The emerged champions of President's Cup at African Men's Handball Nations Cup, although they are playing classification cup there. Actually, after they lost about 3 matches before they were able to defeat they defeated Libya and also qualified to play against Cameroon in the President's Cup. Well, good one for them, at least a good omen that Eagles will also triumph today, taking a cue from the handball team. But the fact that they were able to win the President's Cup at African Men's Handball Nations Cup. Good one for Nigerian team. That's our handball team. Let's have at least just a short brief of that particular clip of their match against Cameroon. For Team Nigeria, Nigerian handball team, the men's handball team there, Golden Arrows as they call them. They did well. They defeated Cameroon yesterday. And like I said earlier, it's a cue from Super. At least Spike will actually take a cue from them that they also do well today. Nigerians are really supporting them for the fact that the handball team, they won their own game against Cameroon, let the Super Eagles also do well in the football match there. Well, I think we have to celebrate all Nigerians doing so well. Even though they don't have much attention, our handball team are really doing well over there in Egypt. All right, now we quickly go on a short break to let you have a feel of Did You Know? Still on AFCON. We'll be right back after this timeout. Good one there, at least I've been educated concerning the AFCON. A lot of history behind that particular Cup of Nations taking place in Cote d'Ivoire. Like I said, the days here, Nigeria versus Cameroon, nowhere to run. Indomitable Lions versus Super Eagles. They have to see who will fly over or who will actually be roaring on the ground there. Well, right now, before we get to AFCON stories, let's talk about the Nigerian National League fixtures for this weekend. Matches will be coming up in the NNL. We're right now being joined from Lagos by Joseph Peter. Good to have you, Joseph.
Yeah, good to have you, sir. Good morning.
Okay, let's quickly run through the NNL fixtures slated for this weekend. Although we know that this particular group fixture, by the time they play today and tomorrow, they will be resting. Well, from the way it is, Conference A in the match day 10, Smart City will be taking on Stormers FC, Dakada versus Coast City FC, while on Sunday, Idel FC takes on 1472 Football Club. Rovers FC versus Abia Comet. Madiba FC play away to Vandresa, while Ekiti United will be at home against Beyond the Limit. While in Conference B, match day 10, you have Warri Wolves versus Gateway United, Osun United against FC1 Rocket, Ikorodu City away to Ijebu United, as Crown FC of Ogumosho will be hosting Giant Brila. Solution FC versus International Lagos FC. Those are the fixtures for this weekend. Now, Joseph, I'm sure one of the fixtures actually is catching your eyes here. Give us one.
Well, I'm looking at the last fixture, International of Lagos. I just hope that they will get a result and do something in the match, because they haven't really been up there. And I wish Lagos teams the best. I really hope that Lagos teams do actually do well in the tournament, because right now I would say I will borrow my support to Lagos teams, because I am here only for when I'm here. When I leave, I am no more their supporter.
Anyway, it's good to always sound very patriotic. Nice jersey anyway. You are the real Nigerian supporting Eagles.
Thank you very much, and you look the same too, so
okay.
you are good.
That jersey is the jersey that a lot of Nigerians were actually hoping to see light of the day, but NFL said no, nothing like that for now. Okay, let's continue. Let's talk about the NPFL. NPFL will be playing, just a match will be coming up between Rivers United versus Eyimba. Supposed to be on Sunday, but right now we heard that have been shifted till Monday. Let's see how that match will be coming up. Rivers versus Eyimba. What are you expecting? Rivers, Eyimba, Joe?
Rivers are not exactly doing good right now. Eyimba are not also the elephants that we know they used to be. So it's going to be a very, very cracking match anyway, because there's a rivalry, there's a bit of rivalry between the two teams. I think for the home team, for them being at home, they should win the game. But you know, the NPFL has really been very competitive this season, and anything can happen. You look at it and you see teams like Heartland being at the bottom of the log, where they shouldn't be. And you look at clubs like Doma United up there, and you look at the resurgence of Kano Pillars now coming up the log also. So you never can tell. And it's all down to good, I would say, officiating. Now the officiating is far, far better than it used to be, which is causing a lot of upsets in away games and all that. So I hope that today we get to, on Monday rather, we get to enjoy a good game between Rivers United and Eyimba United, even though all the focus will be on today's game and whether there is going to be a possible quarterfinal match between Nigeria and any other team again. But we still need to enjoy our home league, and I hope we get the best game out of that particular game.
Rivers versus Eyimba. They are coming from Joe Peter, talking to us from Lagos. We're looking at that particular fixture. And right now, let's look at well, from the way it is, the strongest league in Africa. Nigeria standing somewhere about there. Well, let's look at it. The strongest league in Africa, released by IFHSS just yesterday, concerning the strongest league. As I'm waiting for that particular one, talking about the strongest league there. While we're waiting for that, well, let's just go on a short break. Rangers versus Rivers United video. Just that particular goal that was scored by Rangers versus Rivers United. Okay, while we're talking about that IFS ranking, let's look at it again. The ranking that we mentioned earlier, talking about our league, NPFL. While we're waiting for that to come up, we move on straight up to talk about the Australian League, Australia Open rather. Tennis is coming up, and we have the players that will be playing today. The ladies are battle ready. Sabalenka will be facing Chuang in this game. Who will win this battle? That's a big one that will be coming up. Australia Open Women's Final 2024. Aina Sabalenka battles Zheng Qinwen. Qinwen is really trying to see how she can defeat Aina Sabalenka, who is yet to drop any set in this competition. competition for Sabalenka. She wants to defend that title there. A good one for her, for the fact that the Belarusian has been in superlative form this season, and she's really working hard to see how she can actually do well in this competition. But really, big match coming up between the two. Rather, they actually started that particular game over there in Australia Open. We're talking about these two players that will be playing today. While we're talking about that, we also look at Novak Djokovic. That was actually defeated, was bundled by Jannik Sinner. Sinner defeated Novak Djokovic in that particular game, and now Djokovic is out of this competition. So painful, because he was actually gunning for the most Grand Slam to join, at least beat my record, but that particular one didn't work out. It was defeated by Jannik Sinner in that particular encounter there. Talking about Novak Djokovic, let's look at the most Grand Slam winner so far. You have Margaret Court, you have Novak Djokovic in that particular lineup there. Margaret Court 24 times, Novak Djokovic 24 times, Serena Williams 23, Rafael Nadal 22, Steffi Graf also has actually won in 22 times. Roger Federer did in 20 times. But for Novak, it was actually going after the 25th Grand Slam, most Grand Slam title, before being bundled out at the Australia Open by Jannik Sinner, who really, a lot of Novak Djokovic fans are saying he actually sinned against Novak Djokovic. That's a sport for you. But for that's Sinner, Jannik Sinner versus Daniil Medvedev. That will be coming up on Sunday. A big one there. Looking at the fact that both of them are battle ready to see who wins this year's Australia Open. Talking about Medvedev versus Jannik Sinner there. Big match is coming up. Big games coming up in tennis. For women, Sabalenka versus, the Chinese lady who right now, 10 years ago, it was Li Na who did well. Right now, can we have another Chinese having a shot at this year's Australia Open? Big one as we speak for the ladies. They are really facing themselves. While we're talking about a lot of stories trending in the world of sport, quickly, let's just look at those fixtures in Europe. And then by the time we run through that, we come back to talk about AFCON. Today is the D-Day between Nigeria and Cameroon. But before then, let's look at the fixtures in the FA Cup, Italian Serie A, La Liga, German Bundesliga, also French League One. By the time we come back, AFCON straight up. Let's have a feel of matches slated for this weekend in those leagues here. But our attention will be on AFCON. Really a big one there. But a lot of Nigerians are also concerned. At least we have our league starting, looking at the ranking of the IFHSS. They are concerning strongest league in Africa. Let's look at it briefly before we talk about the AFCON. really, Nigerian league. A lot of Nigerians are hoping that our league can be top in Africa, although Egypt still remain number 1 in Africa. Egypt, they are number 1 in Africa, 20 in the world. Morocco second with 20, standing 28 in the world. Algeria, Tunisia, South Africa. And you have Tanzanian league ahead of our own league. Good one when it comes to football. A lot of Nigerians didn't believe this. Nigeria, well, we're there. We're standing 6th there. Well, rather 7th. Angola, Zambia, and Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, they are standing 10th in Africa, 86th in the world. You look at Zambia League, Angola League, and Nigerian League is 7th in Africa, and also standing 73 in the world ranking, talking about the international football ranking there. Well, Joe, are you actually okay with that? We are Tanzania being ranked ahead of our league.
I am totally not impressed. I'm completely, utterly disgusted by that particular ranking position which we are, because you look at it, you look at teams, countries like Tanzania having a better league than us. That is absolutely disgraceful. But let's not all jump to conclusion and let it not be doom and gloom. So far, the league is improving. I can say from the past 2 seasons, personally, I have monitored and I've seen improvements in the Nigerian league. Rebuilding always starts somewhere. We have started, and I believe we can get better. The most important thing now we need to project is to bring television. Let it be televised. Live broadcast of our league. Quick access to stadiums is also necessary. Then grassroots development, and those competitions that bring up these players, those grassroots competitions they need to take that seriously. We need to take those leagues seriously because they bring the end product of whatever that we are having in our league. Not just the players. I'm talking about the administration, and I'm talking about the officiating. It's very important. It will help our league to go up there, and then the money will come in when the league is in good standard, is in good shape, when there's accountability, when there's less corruption, and the private sector will not start thinking about pumping their money into the league. But at this stage, we have started rebuilding, but I am not with where we are right now.
Hopefully our league will get better. They are standing 7th in Africa and 73rd in the world right now. Now, quickly, let's run through some AFCON stories. But before then, let's just have at least a glimpse of those goals scored during the group stage before we give you a wrap concerning the group stage.
Try again. Lovely skill, lovely turn. To Cameroon, and Cameroon finds the back of the net with an absolute beauty. Lovely goal, really was, and that's a double from this young man. And what a way to introduce yourself to the African Cup of Nations.
Lovely exchange once again.
Long-range shot coming in! Oh! Look at that! That is just perfection! This is the man you got to worry about! Oh my word! Kudus is the man! He's back! He's back! He's back! Mohamed Kudus! The skill, the panache, the shot! It just depends how you execute. That's a high ball over the top. It's there! It's there! It's on the back of the net! They've done it! He's yet to score! Can't believe it! Unbelievable! Mustafa Mohamed! Oh my word! Incredible scenes! This is unbelievable!
A big one there, letting you have a feel of those goals scored in the group stage as we're talking about AFCON. Properly is here, big one. All the teams are battle ready. Well, before we talk about Nigeria and Cameroon, let's quickly look at the awards actually being given to the group stage. Let's talk about the group stage best 11. Best 11 that the players actually did well in the group stage. Talking about the AFCON. Well, a big one there. All the countries that participated, but right now we have best 11 of the players concerning the AFCON there. We have the goalkeeper of Equatorial Guinea, who has been in superlative form. Jesus Owono, as they call him. You look at Ashraf Hakimi is there. Koulibaly, Khalidou, who's also actually doing so well for Mali. You can't take anything away from him. Aguerd of Morocco is there. You have Otto Wahani of DR Congo, who also make that cut. You have Owani, not forgetting Amrabat, Lamine Camara, the youngest player doing so well in this tournament. You also have Angolan player, Dala, who is actually part of the best 11, and the goal scorer so far in the tournament, higher goal scorer is Sue. Sue has scored 5 goals. They call him Emilio Sue, 34-year-old player. Ismail Assar, standing out among the best 11 in this tournament. In the group stage, the best young player from the group stage is Lamine Camara of Senegal, young player who did so well in the tournament also in the group stage. Let's talk about the goalkeeper, Jesus Owono. Owono has been in superlative form for his country. In fact, they call him the savior of Equatorial Guinea. What a goalkeeper who has been in superlative form in this tournament. And the best coach in the group stage, no other person than Aliou Cisse. Aliou Cisse of the Teranga Lions of Senegal actually got that particular award from CAF. Good one, just to let you have a feel of all the awards there for the group stage. And now, the big one is here. Let's talk about it. I have in the studio, Ilyasu Sodangi, who will actually join us live to talk about Nigeria versus Cameroon. Good to have you, Ilyasu.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and also Joseph Peter is there. We'll be looking at matches slated for this weekend, especially Nigeria versus Cameroon. But before they will be talking, let's look at the round of 16 fixtures. The teams that we play in the round of 16 fixtures. Let's look at all the matches slated for this round of 16 as we talk about AFCON there. Well, AFCON 2023 round of 16 fixtures, we're looking at it. Angola versus Namibia, Nigeria, Cameroon, Equatorial Guinea, Egypt, DR Congo, Cape Verde, Mauritania, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali will take on Burkina Faso, Morocco versus South Africa. Those are the matches for the round of 16 fixtures, but we'll be looking at them, and all of them will be playing in this centers. You look at Angola, Namibia, Stade Lepe Bouake there, that will be 6 p.m. today. Nigeria versus Cameroon, that will be in Abidjan. You have Equatorial Guinea will be playing in Stade Ouattara, also in Abidjan. You don't forget Egypt will be playing against DR Congo. That should be on Sunday at the Stade Poco, San Pedro. Well, still talking about Cape Verde versus Mauritania, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire. Another big match there. Stade Charles Bani, Yamoussoukro, Burkina Faso, Mali, Amado Koulibaly, Akahogo there. Morocco, South Africa, at Laurent Poco, also and San Pedro. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, matches slated. But right now, we'll be looking at Nigeria versus Cameroon. That is our focus with the gentleman that is actually joining us. Ilyasu, that's the first thing we're looking at. Yes, Nigeria and Cameroon. First of all, let's have it from you. What are you expecting?
Well, not to sound overly overconfident, but I believe we should have what it takes to get over this Cameroonian team. I still remember the great Cameroonian team at the turn of the millennium. I still remember the heartbreak of Africa Cup of Nations in 2000 in Lagos. And that penalty did not cross the line. It never crossed the line. But funny enough, I don't think they have what it takes. Or rather, I haven't seen that in them. They don't play like the great Cameroonian teams of the past. And our Nigerian team, even though the group stage, we just killed through the group stage. But I believe we have this compact team. We're not scoring goals, but we're also very difficult to score against. So I believe we should have what it takes to get over this Cameroonian team. I believe so.
Okay, you believe we have what it takes to get over Cameroon, but from the way it seems, we know it's going to be a tough one. Joseph Peter, Elias, you just spoke that he believes we have what it takes to defeat the indomitable lions of Cameroon. Do you see it that way too?
Yeah, I would like to lean to what Mr. Elias has said, but the truth is, I'm not very overly confident because I'm trying to be careful what I say. The reason why I'm not overly confident is because this is not the vintage Super Eagle. Although we have the best players in the continent, you begin to look at 11, we have the best. Despite that, this is not the vintage. I'm not being negative. I'm not trying to bring negative energy into it. I'm just saying we should be cautious because we have not really been what we know. We've not produced what we know we can produce. However, on this game, looking at the fact that this is not also the millennial body hog wearing Cameroon with Mboma and Eto, I believe we can defeat them. If you compare the two sides together, I think we stand the better chance when it comes to both play and when it comes to both the squad. If you look at the squad, if you do a one-on-one match with the Cameroonians, you will find out that we are far, far better and ahead of the Cameroonian team. Based on that, forgetting about the previous performances, except against Ivory Coast, then I would be confident. But I really need us to up our game. We need to stand up. We need to better our performance. We can't be playing like we played against Guinea-Bissau, against Cameroon. It won't do us good. I hope the particular set of mentality or set of players or crop of players that, let's talk about mentality. The mentality they bring into that game would be the same one they were wearing when they played Ivory Coast. And then I would expect us to win the game.
Okay, well, still talking about Nigeria versus Cameroon, a big one there. Now, I will throw these questions to this particular topic, the one that AFCON, Nigeria is a team to take seriously. That's a title coming from Rigoba Sang. That's the coach of Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. He says Nigeria is a team to take seriously. That's the coach of Cameroon saying this.
Yeah. I believe he's speaking from experience. Like he said, the body hog wearing Cameroon of the past. We've had encounters with them previously.
And he was part of that.
He was captain of the team. But I believe since the Cup of Nations in Tunisia, the legendary performance by JJ Okocha, where we won 2-1 against Cameroon, I think that was when we turned the tide against Cameroon. And I feel he's right because we have the African Player of the Year in our team. So this is the match, and historically, all the AFCONs that Nigeria have won, we usually have slow starts in the group stage, just like 2013. I believe this is the match for Osimhen to actually turn in a performance and prove his claim as the African Player of the Year. So I feel, he is right. The coach of Cameroon said that Nigeria is a team they don't have any right to underrate the Nigerian team because I believe we have the best team in AFCON. So we are the team to beat.
We are the team to beat from the way it is, even though if you look at it, our teams, the Super Eagles, our team rather, the Super Eagles have not been too superlative in this competition. And so far, if you are the coach, let's assume you are Pizarro now, what would you do differently today?
After the first match where we drew 1-1, I was actually impressed by his tactical onus, where we played with a 3-man defense. And the major criticism we've had is that Iwobi, who is supposed to be our attacking midfielder, he usually plays too deep. But what I understand is why when he does that, when he plays deep, he is able to dictate play, and at the same time he makes the team very compact, very hard to beat. Our wingers should be are good enough to take the team to any nation in the world. So if I were the coach of Super Eagles now, I think I would adopt the same setup against the setup against Ivory Coast. Let's play with a low block and hit them on the counter because we have very fast forward players that can.
So who's going to stand in the middle of the pack for you?
Okay, I would still go with Iwobi. I would still go with Iwobi in the middle of the pack. Then Iwobi and Al Hassan there. Okay. Yeah,
since he's back.
Yeah, since he's back. I mean, he was very impressive in the first game, and I think he should get that nod.
So your midfield, Al Hassan, Iwobi.
Yeah.
Then front,
I will go with Chukwueze, Lukman and Osimhen. I think that's the best front
already
three.
You have 2-3. So let's talk about the back. Are you playing 5-2-3 or thereabouts? From the way you are talking.
Yeah, we have the most experienced defense. Bar Senegal. You see, Ola Aina. I think he was the most impressive player.
For me, this tournament, let me be sincere. Yeah. I think I'm really Ola Aina has really impressed me in all the matches.
Actually, yeah, he has been the best Nigerian player in this tournament. So I would still go with him at the back. Then our captain, Tust Ekong, he has been turning on very dominant performance. And I will maintain the same back line and the left back too. Sanusi. I think we can do that with them. We can go with that setup.
Okay, goalkeeper.
Yeah, goalkeeper. Yeah, I don't have problem with Wakali. His performance has been very matured.
Okay, it means for you now, from the way you are saying, middle of the pack should be Iwobi and Al Hassan.
Yes.
Yusuf. While the front should be the inclusion of Ademola Lookman. Not forget Osimhen and also Chukwueze Samuel. Well, he said we'll stay with the back the way it used to be. But right now, let's hear from Joe Peter. Joseph, your own 11, if you are to be Pizarro right now.
I'll stick with the same 11. My man here said. I like the front three of Osimhen, Lookman, and Chukwueze.
Don't tell me you are trying to support Iliasu against me.
The audio is not really good. I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, I'm saying just to create some banter in the studio. Are you also supporting Iliasu against me now? You say you're going to start with this formation.
No, I'm not supporting. I'm just trying to pick out the best players that will give us a victory in this game today. And I think the front three of Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, and Chukwueze is perfect. And yes, Iwobi should play deep. He has played that role before. He played it in Arsenal, played that role before, a bit of it in Everton, and he has done it. If they are looking at hitting us with counter-attack, it means that they are expecting us to be on the front foot. So we should actually be on that front foot. Our defense is good and compact. Ola Aina for me also has been the best player of the tournament. And Al Hassan coming back into the game means more rock solid back four. So I think the Super Eagles should adopt a 4-3-3 formation. I do not want a 5-3-2 because it will make us sit back and sit deep, and then we will take the pressure and soak pressure. We should be giving the pressure. We should not be soaking pressure.
A big one there talking about pressure. While we're talking about this, let's look at a player with his experience in this competition. Talking about Ahmed Musa. Ahmed Musa, a lot of Nigerians are looking at, okay, these are the kind of match where you need his experience. You do agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I feel Ahmed Musa is good for the team generally. His experience is good for the team generally. Like, these are the games where he goes to the players, maybe the young players who may be feeling nervous about facing Cameroon, and then he tells them that, look, I've been here so many times. I've been here with our greatest players, and just go out there, do your best. So his experience, I feel, is good for the team generally, not necessarily on the pitch. I'm not doubting his ability to perform, but I believe Ahmed Musa is like a father figure for all the players in the team. They look up to him, so his confidence his confidence can have an impact on all the young players in the team. And let me tell them that there is nothing too serious about this. We've done this before, and we can definitely do it again. Yeah.
A big one there. Let's see how you feel on that particular very, very good, beautiful song coming from G. They are supporting Super Eagles of Nigeria. I've been talking with Joe Peter, who joined us from Lagos, and also Elias Shodangi in the studio to talk about Super Eagles facing Indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Big match, 9 p.m. Nigerian time over there in Abidjan. It's going to be a showdown between the two teams. Right now, Nigerians can call in. At least let's have 2 or 3 calls of Nigerians concerning this game. What do you think Nigeria versus Cameroon. Call the number on the screen there, and let's have your take concerning this. Please remember to stay away from your TV set and also lower the volume of that TV set while we are actually hearing you. Tell us your name and where you are calling from. Nigeria versus Cameroon there. Well, while we're waiting for Nigerians to call in, Shodange, you look at when it comes to all the AFCON that Cameroon actually have won. They won it against Nigeria. Ironically, they won it 3 times and 4 times thereabout. But from the way it is, do you think today's match is like the way it used to be? You know, before when Nigeria and Cameroon played, both of us dropped. Nigeria dropped, Cameroon dropped. In fact, Ganoro was saying Nigeria should take advantage of the defensive lapses of Cameroon. You want to agree that both teams actually dropped?
Yeah, totally. Because if you know, I keep going back to the final of the match, 2000 AFCON in Lagos. That Cameroon team was the best team in, I can stand to say it was the best team in the world because they had just won the Sydney Olympics, the same set of players. They had the Eto'o, Patrick Mboma, Jeremy was playing for Real Madrid. So they had and yeah, Robert Song, of course. It was a fantastic team. Like I said, in 2004, when we were paired with Cameroon in the quarter final, I can remember, I didn't want to watch the match. Especially when Eto'o scored the first goal, I was like, I was almost in tears. I was saying, you see, I told you these people were going to win. But then JJ, so good, they named him twice. He came through for us. And since that time, to be honest, since 2004, I don't think...
Okay, we have to actually force you now. Sorry there. We have a caller join us on the show. Good to have you. Nigeria and Cameroon.
Hello, yeah, this is George from Jos.
Okay, how is Jos?
Jos is fine.
Okay, go ahead, George.
Yes, I want to comment on the Super Eagles match this evening.
Okay, we are with you.
Yes, I actually, if you watch very well, the last games that Nigeria played with Cameroon, it has always been tough, no doubt about it. It's not going to be easy. Cameroon is not in form. But let me tell you the fact. When Cameroon meets Nigeria, it's always a different ballgame. It will not be easy, business as usual. And if you watch this Super Eagles team, it's not as if... the only thing I can comment about our team is we have a very solid defense. I'm very sure of that. But our Osimhen needs to up his game because I am not so much happy with him in this tournament. It has not really impressed me personally. Even some of my colleagues here in Jos, they are saying the same thing. I so much trust him and I expect him to come to the party in this match. I pray that we are going to come out. It's not going to be bulky goals. I expect maybe for Nigeria winning by 1 goal or 2 goals to 1. That's my contribution this morning.
Okay, good one, George from Jos. What a rhyme there. Thanks for joining us, George. Well, he said, it's going to be a cracker, but he wants Nigeria to win this game, even though a lot of expectation from Osimhen. And I think too much pressure is on Victor Osimhen.
Too much pressure. I think both at club and national level. National level, Osimhen is the hope of the nation. I mean, African Player of the Year after how many years? But I'm worried about...
Okay, well, Nigeria wants to contribute now. We have a caller too. Okay. Let's have it. Good to have you on the show.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Good to have you. Your name, please, and where you're calling from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Akwa Ibom.
Okay, where in Akwa Ibom?
Yeah, I'm calling from Ikodekbene.
Okay, can you turn down the volume of your TV set a bit? Your TV is a bit loud.
Yes, I told you.
Your TV. Okay, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, so what I'm saying right here is that the Super Eagles... Yes.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
The Super Eagles has to improve on their ability and technicality when it comes to scoring.
Okay. Okay, good one. Thank you for joining us from Ikotekpene there. Well, good one. Nigerians are talking concerning this game. Ilias has been talking also. Joining us is Joe Peter. Joe, just briefly, this game, a lot of Nigerians seems to be sounding a bit very, very careful. They are not that they are scared, but considering the fact that the match is a big one, What would you advise Nigerians should do? Maybe they should just relax, or maybe they should continue to be afraid.
I advise Nigerians to just pray for the Super Eagles to come out with the right mentality, and we'll win the match. I believe it's not really gold and silver like it used to be. Our performance has not been the best, although the one against Ivory Coast was actually good. They can come out with the same mentality, and it's true. Osimhen needs to up his game. That he's the African Player of the Year is not for nothing. We need to see that in our own team, the Super Eagles. He cannot be an African Footballer of the Year based on his performance for Napoli, and then when he's called up here, he's throwing goals right, left, and center. He needs to score goals. That's what Patrick Mboma did. That's what Eto'o did. That's what Drogba did. You name them. That's what even Emmanuel Adebayo did it. So he needs to stand up and do it for this country. Let us know that, yes, we have an African Player of the Year among our ranks.
Okay, a big one there. But because we know that the midfield is not too solid, maybe that's why it's not getting those passes.
I don't want to straightway blame the midfield. In football, anytime there is no cohesion, everybody begins to point hands at the midfield. But if you look at our performance, it has been below par. Yes, the defense has been good, but we are saying they've been good because they've not conceded goals. What has been their contribution when it comes to transition? They have the highest score, as far as I'm concerned. Ola and Zaidu have the highest score when it comes to transition from defense to attack. The transition has not been good from the midfield because we do not have an Okocha, a very creative player that can dribble past one, hold on to the ball, pull out two people out of defense and all that.
Joe Peter,
I believe they can up their game well.
Just your scoreline.
Scoreline 1-0 is going to be a KG affair. The first round was all goals, but it's not going to continue like that in the afternoon.
Good one. Thank you so much. Your own scoreline, Ilyasu.
1-0. Osimhen to score.
1-0. Osimhen to score. Well, okay, let's see where it goes. Nigerians have spoken. They call in and also Joss. They say Nigeria will actually win, but we have to be very careful. Ilyasu and also Joe Peter. They say 1-0. Nigeria won, and also he actually added that Osimhen will score. Hopefully, it's going to go down in favor of Eagles tonight. We just hope that will go down well in our favor. Nigeria versus Cameroon, 9 p.m. Go there and support them. Right now, I just have to wrap it up. I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.